What's going on, everyone? Today, I pretty much had good advice, a little lesson for you to learn, a little good story for people who feel stressed out. If you feel stressed out and you're stressing over a certain little thing or just something's bothering you, it's like this problem that's bothering you, this is the perfect video for you. And just listen up, alright? But it all started when it was just one day where I was in the gym, right? I was in the gym. It was like maybe 11:30 a.m. It was probably a Saturday. It was like a Saturday, 11:30 a.m. I just finished training one of my clients, and I was just talking to one of the guys that I usually see at the gym. He doesn't know about this, but this is something that. Anyway, let me just keep going. This is a really good story. So it was 11:30 a.m. I'm in the gym. I just finished training my client. I see this regular. I walk up to him. We were talking for like 15 minutes. I didn't even mean to interrupt him. It just so how happened that we ended up talking for so long. Well, 15 minutes was, when you're working out, when someone's coming up to talk to you for 15 minutes, that's a very long time. Your muscles are all cold. But it wasn't the problem. The fact that he just took his time out of his day to talk to me. So I was training someone. I was training someone, and I'm pretty sure somebody was there that I was going to talk to, but I was talking to him first. Anyways, we were talking, we were just chopping it up for so long, and we were going back and forth. This guy is a pretty successful guy, right? He's jacked, he's pretty built, and he goes to the gym pretty regularly, like maybe I'd say like maybe 5 times a week, I assume, because he's really built. And he's successful. He's an older guy, probably like in his 40s or 50s. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's in his 40s or 50s. I'm not gonna say his actual name. Maybe I'll give him a fake name, but in the meantime, I'm just not gonna say his actual name. But he's in his 40s or 50s, middle-aged guy, pretty built. He was pretty wealthy. He drove a nice car, and he had a nice bike as well. He had both, and he did both of them. So, anyways, he seemed like a pretty free, happy guy, successful guy, financially free guy. So I came up to and talked to him. We always talk occasionally, but this time we just talked for a pretty good amount of time, and we were talking, and I was like, "How did you?" I wasn't like trying to be disrespectful, but I was telling him, "How did you get everything you ever wanted? How did you do that? Like how did you get right? Like spread the knowledge, because you could always. I always realize that going to older people, they have so much more wisdom because they're always like, man, if I was younger, man, I would do this, and that. I would do that. And when you do that, sometimes I'm like, wow, that's actually really good advice. That's always good to talk to older, wiser people, But not all the time, age means that they're wise. Because there could be someone who's 35 years old, but he moves his mindset, his maturity is like a 15-year-old. You never know, So, but talking to individuals I tend to realize that they have so much more knowledge, so much more wisdom, and that's just what it is. So I like to learn from them, right? But anyways, we were talking. I was like, the first question I asked him, I'm like, yeah, like, how did you do everything? He was like, just lock in on what you want to do. That's the first thing he told me, right? This doesn't get to my main point, but this is a sub point. The first question, I asked him 2 questions. The first question I asked him was, like, how did you get everything you want to do? Pretty much, how do you become successful? Like, what is success to you? He was like, he pretty much was telling me, just be happy what you're doing, right? Enjoy what you're doing in life because most people are miserable. And if you were to see this guy, like, he's not like old, wrinkly, hunched over, like, he's upward, he's vibrant, he's like an up and active guy, like for his age, which is really important. You don't want to be hunchbacked over or you know what I'm saying? You don't want any of that. Anyways, right? I'm like, so what did you do? What did you do? Like, he's like, yeah, just make sure I do what I enjoy. I locked in on what I gotta do. Just don't worry about anything else right now. Just focus on this. Just focus on what you got ahead of you. Everyone has different paths in life, right? Everyone has different paths in life. He's not talking right now. I'm talking. Everyone has different paths in life, but everyone can still use their head to find out where they want to go. That vision in your head when you have that lifestyle and you want to like figure out what you want to do with your life and You just see yourself on a beach somewhere sipping a margarita, you know what I'm saying, with a nice car, just got off a jet, brand new clothes in your body, you know what I'm saying? You want that feeling, but you gotta understand that being that free, being able to do what you want, spend that money, like, you can't be, realistically, yes, you can work a job, but you have to mainly own a business, I feel like, and be an entrepreneur in a way, because you can't be working for yourself, because first of all, you're trading your time for money. So think about it. If you're trading your time for money, there's only a certain amount of hours in a day. So how could you live that lifestyle you want if you have to constantly go into work to provide a service or skill, trading in your time for money? There's not enough hours in a day. Even if you were to never take a day off ever again, you still wouldn't be able to live that lifestyle that you wanted. And that's the first thing I had to realize. I'm like, I want to be free. It's about being free, you know? It's really about being free and doing what you want. I feel like that's what every man, every person, most people would really strive for, to be free, to be able to do what you want, to take care of the people that you love, and to, you know, take care of your family. That's any guy's dream. But a lot of people don't want to put in the work to get there, and then they always have an excuse. Not a lot of people want to put in the work, and that's the problem. Not a lot of people want to put in the work, but everyone always want to make these big requests and have this extravagant lifestyle, but nobody puts in the work, and that's the problem. He was telling me, work hard, you know, do what you love, and be consistent. You know, if you do those things, you will have everything you want. Simple as that. But anyways, to get back to the video, right? Another one he told me about, like, stress and, like, things, right? And just letting things bother you and cloud and crowd your judgment. Things like that. So then, next question, right? He answered that. I was like, okay, that was pretty good advice. You know, we were going back and forth. Of course, I wasn't talking about the whole conversation. But the next question I asked him, number 2, I was like, if you could be my age again, you know, because I'm 22. I was like, if you could be my age again, what would you, no, that's not what I said. Scratch that. I said, if you could talk to your younger self, right? Yourself, like your 22-year-old self. Like, you ran into yourself from the past. There was a time machine, and you went and you seen your younger self. What would you tell yourself, right? I like to ask older people that question. You can ask people that question, steal that question from me, and I'm telling you, like, you actually get good knowledge. You be like, oh shoot, like, word, okay, like, that makes sense. Or maybe some profound thing where it leaves you with, like, a buzz, like, because I'm telling you, sometimes things will stick with you. Like, this thing he told me really stuck with me. But pretty much, yeah, I was like, what would you tell yourself? He told me that everything is going to be fine. He looked at me right in the eyes, like, he's like, what I would tell myself was everything was going to be fine, and just don't stress over anything. A lot of people let stress deter them and stop them from getting to that next step, but you can never let that stop you. Life gets stressful, but if you keep persevering, if you keep pushing forward, you will have everything you ever want. That's what he told me. Don't let anything stress you out. And that really hit home, because before, not like I really let things stress me out, but sometimes I might overthink about it, or maybe I'm like, this could have played out differently, or this, that, just trying to change the past. But me trying to change the past, I can't do it. So what am I doing? I'm putting in all that energy, wasting my time, wasting my focus, mental energy, clarity, to focus on something that I can't change. And that's what people do. That's what we have to avoid, because as you get older, you have to focus your time more accordingly. The last thing you want to do is think about something that you can't change. That mental energy you need to think about the future and move on your next best step. You know what I'm saying? You can't let that thing stress you out. Maybe you can't let that one situation stress you out and knock you off. Life is going to suck at times. You know, there's going to be trials and tribulations. But you have to still keep pushing forward. You have to still keep pushing forward. I get it. You know, sometimes things happen. But what are you going to do about it? Are you going to stop, or are you going to keep going? Because whatever choice you choose, they both hurt. But for any one of you guys feeling stressed out about a certain thing, or something happened, just know you'll be all right. Because think about it like this. the problems that you faced 5 years ago, do you still remember those problems? Are they still in your head? Are you still bothering you? Probably not. 95% of the chance, definitely not. All right. So if you think about it like that, then everything in life is temporary. So you don't want to let things deter you and distract you and make you feel bad or guilty or whatever. Just keep going, right? And forgive yourself and love yourself. Just keep going and don't let things stress you out, man. That was my message of the day, man. If you like this video, make sure you hit that red button, subscribe up. Other than that, man, I'm off this, man. Peace.